I am your host, Carrie Scollon, giving us different perspectives on where we are and where we want to go on our journey. Thanks for being here, and I look forward to spending some time with you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another session of the FoundHer series. I'm your host, Carrie Scollon. I have got a great guest today who's going to talk to us about balancing hormones, dealing with finding energy again, really empowering women. I got this off her Instagram because I wanted to make sure I got the words right. Empowering women through hormones, fatigue, gut health, insomnia, mental health. So I think a lot of us can relate to a lot of those issues. And so welcome, Krista Shepherd. She is all about living a soul-filled life. We're going to get into that. But first of all, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here and helping us with some of these issues.
Thanks for having me, Carrie.
You're so welcome. So I'm going to start by, how did you get into this? Most of us have a story of what started and the issue we had, and we found a solution for it. So I would love to hear your take on that.
Okay. So my story, in my opinion, started many, many years ago. Mm-hmm. Back when I was 25, I had cancer. And it was thyroid cancer. So not, if you have to pick a cancer, I was told that was the good one. I'm here celebrating it let me do quick math here, 23 years later, right? Celebrating cancer-free. Right? So that's really awesome. But the problem was, because it was thyroid, and if you know, your thyroid controls a lot of things in your body. So my byproduct of cancer was crazy hormones, hot flashes, metabolism issues, all the things. And I was told, well, it's better than the cancer. That's what I got told by our medical community. While I'm thankful for them because I don't have cancer, thankful to them, I was made to feel I had to just accept that was my life. So.
Sorry, how old were you?
I was 25.
Okay. And that's what you were told. That's what
I was told. It's byproduct.
Okay.
Right? Because it's just, now you don't have a thyroid, you take Synthroid for the rest of your life, but it is what it is. Right. And I'm like, okay. And I dealt with it for a long time. Mm-hmm. Looking back now, I don't even know, I think it probably affected even more than I will ever know, right, in some ways. Yeah. So fast forward, because there's just life happened in there, right? I got remarried at 39, mm-hmm, and at 41, I got pregnant, and at 42, I had a baby. Can you say turn your world upside down?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, oh no. Very happy. It was my blessing. I wouldn't trade her for all the tea in China. She's an amazing, and I'm sorry, those that are listening that had really bad pregnancies, I had the dream pregnancy. I barely gained, I gained the perfect amount of weight, literally. I never was sick once. I had heartburn one night because I ate too much Nanaimo bars, homemade Nanaimo bars my brother made. Literally, that's it, Carrie. It was a dream. I wasn't, my parents came up from Nova Scotia when she was born, and my mother was looking at my feet because she's a nurse, right? And she goes, why aren't your feet swollen? Why aren't you all swollen? I'm like, I didn't retain water, nothing.
Holy cow.
Right?
Wow.
But I also say, I waited 18 years for her. Right? I wanted her my entire, I always wanted kids.
Did you try for a long time, or?
I did. I was married previously and nothing ever happened.
Okay.
And so who knows?
Yeah.
That was also blamed on my cancer. Well, it was probably because you had thyroid cancer, Krista. And I'm like, hey, that's great. Right? Yeah. So I'm happy with the way the chapters worked out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Good. You can't change it.
I can't change it. I'm totally thrilled now. Right. She will be 7 in March.
Wow.
She is a delight. Yep. She was that really good baby. Once again, don't hate on me, ladies. Exactly. She started sleeping through the night really early. She just she didn't get sick. She just was an easy kid for the most part.
Yeah.
Little basic things, but nothing like not those like week-long flus or like,
Oh, yeah.
she
Yeah.
didn't, I don't think she threw up for the first time till she was like 6. Like, like she would trick you into 10.
Yeah.
So she was awesome, right? Like my father said to my mom when they went home after being here for 3 weeks when she was born, do you think she's okay? I don't think I've heard her cry yet. Like 3 weeks,
Yeah.
they never heard her
Not
cry.
normal.
Not normal. But like I said, I waited 18 years. So that was my gift, right? God's like, here's your gift. I'm not going to stress you out with a bad baby.
Perfect.
So that was fine.
Yeah.
The problem was my hot flashes tripled.
Oh.
My period started immediately after I had a baby, even though I was breastfeeding.
Wow. Okay.
I was a mess.
Yeah.
So she was sleeping through the night and I wasn't. I was up. I was up. I was not sleeping. I did not look like this. Trust me, Carrie.
Yeah.
Did not look like this.
You know what it looks like when you're not sleeping.
Right? Like I'm talking exhaustion. I mean, I shared on Facebook because I was so excited, but I'm looking at some of those pictures some days when the memories come up and I'm like, ooh, wow, those are interesting. Those are interesting.
And you can't even blame it on a new baby.
No, I couldn't because she was a dream.
Okay. A dream. Wow. Okay. So something obviously changed in your body dramatically.
It was just, yes. So I think the thyroid levels went crazy. That did happen. They did change a lot when I was pregnant, but that's normal. My doctor was amazing. We kept on them. We fixed them quickly. But I think my body just didn't know what to do after that.
Right.
So of course it's like, okay. I'm like, great. Like,
what? Yeah.
What do I do now?
Yes.
So when Grace was 9 months old, I have a friend in the States and I'm watching her and she has chronic fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
So she was not able to work because every day she needed to nap. So she had to give up her career because of health issues. And then she's talking about all this energy. I'm like, what? Yeah. Right? Tired mom, not sleeping. I'm like, I'm listening.
More energy.
And I was like, well, we were from a previous company and I'm like, well, I know what you do. Like, this isn't, no, that's not that. I'm like, what's going on? She goes, Krista, I found something new. She's not napping. And I'm like, not napping. Like, what? Like, because I was literally texting my husband coming home from work and going, pick up takeout because I can't even make supper. Like, I was so tired because of the drain, right? Like, just bad. And so, anyway, I was like, well, at this point, I've got nothing to lose.
Right.
So I was like, okay, guess what product it was, Carrie? That's Cinemate. And I'm like,
I just found out about.
Which you just found out about because Carrie and I were chatting earlier. And I'm like, that. And so she was doing, that was her big thing. She was like, let me send you some samples of that. So I got it. And I think it sat in my cupboard. My first package got lost and then it sat in my cupboard because, I'm exhausted mom. I can't stop to make a tea.
Right. Yes.
Then I finally tried it and I'm like, oh, this feels good. I'm like, okay, tell me more.
Yep.
Okay, I made supper tonight. Tell me more.
Yes. I remember I made popcorn, I think, for the first, I don't even know how long, because that's all
Right? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So she's like, well, why don't we do our questionnaire, our little health assessment? Let's see where you're at. Okay, my top 3 products, still to this day, my favorite 3. Cinemate, Carrie. We're going to talk about that later. So Vital. It's you always.
Yep.
And the last one was Soul Maca. Guess what Krista got? Krista got her life back. Do I still get tired? Of course I do. I'm a mom of an almost 7-year-old.
Right.
But what I didn't know is how you could actually heal. That's what I found out. My hot flashes stopped. Mine stopped abnormally fast. So I never promised that. Everyone's like, how long did it take for your hot flashes to stop? And I was like, in the first week. And the VP's like, Krista, you can't tell people that. There's no way. I'm like, Jordan, they stopped in a week. Wow. But I think my body was so ready to heal.
Right.
That it just, whatever. I always say, give the product a good 3 months, right? But you'll feel things in the first 2 to 4 weeks, no problem.
So you're talking about the healing your body from the inside was a lot around your hormones, right?
Absolutely.
That's what would have been causing your hot flashes, because a lot of
Absolutely.
women don't start that until, well, when they start going into perimenopause, right? So that could have been a part of it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Like I'm full, I don't like, depends on who you ask, right? I'm peri/menopause now. And still no hot flashes, ladies.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
right? Um, and I don't know if you have a lot of male listeners, and if you do, I apologize to them in advance, Carrie. But I mean, I'm talking horrible periods, like
Okay.
heavy, severe cramps. Like, so it wasn't even just the hot flashes.
Right.
It was all the stuff that I've talked to women. I've talked to a lot of women because they're like, they reach out to me and they're like, oh yeah, like awful, like
Yes,
awful
I've
periods,
heard that too. I've heard a lot
right?
of that. Yep.
And we think it's normal.
Mhm.
That's what actually almost hurts me now. I'm like, for all these years, everyone's like, well, it's just normal. Like my sister-in-law has phenomenal, like she's like, oh no, they're easy. And I'm like, what? Because
Well,
mine were never easy.
we get used to it. I think that's what I found with some of the symptoms that I had is you just get used to it and you don't
I
know.
got used to hot flashes,
Yeah, you
right?
kind of
18 years
forget.
of them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like think about it, 25 till 42,
It's unreal.
almost
Unreal.
43 when I finally found Soul, right? Um, so like it's just a lot. So you have to think they're all all these products are plant-based,
Yeah.
okay? So they get in and they all have adaptogenic herbs in them. They work to heal, right?
Mhm.
They work to bring your body back to where it's supposed to be, the
Yeah.
way we were created,
Yeah.
right? It's going to work different for everyone because, Carrie, you're different than I am,
Right.
right? Your issues are different than my issues.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So when you talk about this, because we're talking about it's called Soleil, right?
Soul, but that's okay. Everyone
Soul.
says soul.
Okay. Everyone says Soleil. So I think what I love about our conversation is that you found something that works for you.
Mm-hmm.
And really that's what you're an advocate about is women finding something
Yes,
to help them, right? No, it doesn't necessarily
absolutely.
have to be your product, but
No,
you can justify that it worked for you, which I think is fantastic.
exactly.
I think a lot of us are really apprehensive to try these different products because we don't know what it's going to do to our body. I know I'm one of those that would have things sitting there. It's like what if this makes me have to go to the bathroom and I don't want to go out because
Right?
there's so many different things. So what I love about your story is you had something which
Mm-hmm.
all of us have, and you found a solution that works for you.
Absolutely.
And it was about healing your inner self, really,
Absolutely.
and your
Yes.
hormones. So that's what you can help a lot of people with and guide them. And the product that you use or the company, I
Mm-hmm.
love that I did the questionnaire to help because I think
Yes.
so much of this stuff is so overwhelming. And when we're
Well,
overwhelmed, we don't even start.
right. And I've said that to lots of women. They're like, well, I don't know what I need. And I said, well, either do I.
Yeah.
Right. We can have a conversation, Carrie, and you can tell me about some things, but you might not even remember to tell me that you crash at 2 o'clock every day. And I'll be like, oh, then you need Cinemate. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so this just kind of narrows it down.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I mean, when I found them, I loved, a lot of it because they were like talked about healing body, mind, and soul, right? So we're going to heal the body, we're going to heal the mind because anxiety, like we can work through some of that, right?
Yeah.
And then like once you heal that, it almost does heal your soul a little bit, right? Like I know I'm a better person now because I'm not exhausted. I'm not hormonal. I'm not anxious.
Yeah. Oh, the clarity though. Like when I think about this and I think of the brain fog and nothing's clear, it's just like, I need some help with that. I can't figure this
Right.
out for myself. I need some help with that. So I love that you're able to do that. I also love that you kind of have two different hats that you wear and you're bringing it,
Yes.
it sounds to me like you were exploring your passion, which I think also a lot of us are looking for,
Mm-hmm.
is what are we passionate about? And you're very passionate about helping women.
Absolutely.
And that's resonated with me as soon as I met you. That you can really I just know that your intention is so true, and it's not about selling a product. It's about sharing valuable information that can help people. And you're also a financial advisor, which I think is great because, I mean, two totally different avenues, but but financial advisor also gives people peace of mind. So I feel like it's in a way essentially connected. When you talk about mind, body, soul, there's a lot of anxiety that comes from financial. And then you've got the body and the soul. And like, I mean, I just love how you're wrapping it all together and you're pursuing your passion. But
my thing with women is I don't like when I find out women are where I was, right? It hurts my heart.
Yeah.
Like I literally would give it away. Like, and I mean, I have, I'm like, oh, they need something for a basket or a auction or whatever. And I don't say that to be like, look at me. I say that because I really do care. I don't, I mean, yes, I mean, we all want to make money. We all want whatever, but you want to know what? It's more than that for me.
Yeah.
I was so broken for so long as far as those go that if I can help just one person, right? And they can message me and say, oh my goodness, Krista, I'm finally feeling better. Thank you. Like I get it often. And it's funny because I had a message from somebody and she's like, yeah, my husband's now also taking the products. He's got into the green juice. And I'm like, good.
Perfect.
Because as far as I'm concerned, everybody needs it. This little, well, it's not little because my, water bottle has all my vitamins and minerals for the day. Boom, done.
I love it. So it's ease too, right?
It's easy.
Yeah.
This is, for example, this is a chlorophyll blend, right? So it's got chlorophyll, but it's got all kinds of other adaptogens in it. I won't get into all of them, obviously, because that would just be boring. But let's blend it together. Instead of having 5 products, 10 products, whatever, let's blend them together.
Yes.
Right.
I just, this makes so much sense to me because there's a way out of so many of the symptoms that women are having.
Absolutely.
I'm the same with you as if one person watches or listens to this episode and one person all of a sudden thinks that could help me. And like I said, maybe not this brand, but something. No. You just want people to know that there's help out there and they don't need to suffer. So can you tell me what would you say some of the main things are that you find that women come to you and go, I need some help in this? So you talked about, the fatigue.
Yes.
Is a lot of it the same symptoms people would hear with menopause, even though men use this as well? Because I think men have more symptoms.
Men use it for different reasons. My husband takes the products every day.
Yeah.
Right. And his is more, we have a pill, it's called Adaptable. And he takes that every day. And he's like, Krista, it makes me not want to kill people at work. He literally dubbed it years ago his no-kill pill. He had a really bad day at work. And he calls me, he goes, how many am I allowed to take? Well, it's plants. It's like saying, can I have a second salad? Right? Eat the salad, right? Have a couple more if you're really bad. I mean, there's days I drink 2 Vital. There's, it's like, oh my goodness. Like I drink Cinnamate when I wake up instead of coffee. And everyone's like, and I love coffee. Okay. If you knew me, Carrie, back in the day, I was the pot of coffee girl. Okay. Now there's days I'm like, oh, I didn't have coffee today. Like I don't look for that anymore.
For that reason of that.
Yeah. So what I hear a lot of is fatigue, right? Energy.
Yes. Huge.
Gut. Like women saying, oh my God, I can't eat this. I can't eat this. Right. Well, what if we could heal some of that? Like, and I have a whole story about my gut health, Carrie, that we didn't even talk about. I did my sensitivity test and I came back with like this big list of sensitivities. I did remove them all. I used the Soul product in conjunction with some other stuff. I worked with a gut health specialist and a naturopath, all of which I have in my back pocket because they're part of the Soul family. Right?
Yes.
Guess what? I couldn't have cheese, eggs, nuts, like, because they would just send me to the bathroom. You mentioned that briefly, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've been there, done that.
Yes.
Right? Oh, I can't go for that yummy breakfast, Carrie. Let's go for breakfast. Well, yeah, that means I'm going right home after breakfast because I love it.
Yes.
But it doesn't love me.
Yeah.
Guess what? I had eggs for breakfast today, and here I am.
No,
Like,
really.
right.
Wow. Wow.
So that's really neat for me,
I
right? So
need
there's
more
I get a
information.
lot of gut health, right?
Okay.
A lot of hormones, anxiety, like people just stressed, right? And we're in it's a stressful time right now
Yeah.
in our crazy world.
And I think this is also so much of the food that we're eating as well, and what's added to it, right?
Did you know that coffee causes anxiety? If you have anxiety, coffee will,
Not,
if you're having a bad day and you have a cup of coffee, your anxiety often
yeah.
will get worse.
Wow.
Right?
No, I
And you're
didn't know.
tired and you're anxious. And so what do? You reach for that another second cup of coffee.
The
Or
vicious
then we get in,
cycle.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Or we go to, I mean, I love, like, there's a local bake shop here to me and I go there often. And she did real eggnog lattes for Christmas. Real one, like not made with sugary syrups, made with real, right? Steam the eggnog and the whole
Oh my.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, not good. Don't be doing it every day. But
But
you know, it's an amazing treat. But people are crashing the sugar crash, so they're doing the coffee, the lattes with the sugar, the cream.
yeah.
That's not good,
Right.
right? It's
Exactly.
not, and it's only putting a band-aid on it. So that's my thing. Is we're a society that, oh, I'm just going to pop that pill because it's going to put a band-aid on it. Even something as simple as, and we all, do not get me wrong, like I said, I'm thankful for Western medicine because I've had people go, well, we need it. I'm like, absolutely we do. I'm a cancer survivor.
Right.
Okay. But that Advil only masks your headache, right? It doesn't get to the root of it.
Yeah.
I want to get to the root. I want to help women go, oh, wait, but that's what's causing that.
Yes.
And maybe it is that coffee addiction. And maybe I can help get you off it.
Yes.
I had a client that was addicted to Red Bull, like for a day.
Yeah.
Her parents were waiting for her to collapse, her heart to stop. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
That's why. And
sugar too.
The sugar and the caffeine, like your body should not consume that much caffeine.
Yeah. I'm not a huge coffee drinker. I have one in the morning. Mine's sugar.
Sugar, yeah.
I just, I kind of, I mean, I'm searching for, sometimes it's the chocolate chips in the back of the baking when it's like, I need something.
And we're in sugar season right now, right?
For sure. Yeah.
I say this to everybody, from Halloween till Easter is sugar season.
Yes. Yeah. So true. I think there was something also that either it was on my questionnaire, which for anybody listening, even doing the questionnaire makes you think about the symptoms that you're having. So I thought that was fantastic in itself. One of them also was the extra weight around the midriff section. And would you say this helps that because you're obviously cutting down your sugar, the addiction, or is there more to that? For me, that's been midlife. I've always had a little bit, but it seems to be just that's where it's showing.
It's settling.
And it's not as easy to lose that as it used to be.
It's not. And there's a lot of, sometimes we got to get to the root. And, okay, well, if we can get the sugar cravings down and you're reaching for the carrots or the broccoli or the protein, right? Yes. Like a lot of people just don't even get enough protein.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So I've had good results. I'm just as guilty. We just had Christmas. There's still some, right?
Yes. And I don't want to stop all of that.
No. Like my husband and I had date night last week and we went to the keg.
Yeah.
And he was getting this chocolate cake. I'm the weird, okay? I don't like chocolate cake or chocolate brownies. Now give me dark chocolate or peanut butter and chocolate. I'm all over that, or mint and chocolate, but I'm not a cake brownie. So I'm like, oh, okay. But they had a little taste tester creme, it was like a sample creme brulee or something instead of the full one. It was perfect because I did want those bites, right?
Yeah.
I want to live. I want to have those, that fancy, that I love a nice red wine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop all of that. I still want to live.
Yeah.
So if I can balance it all out, that's the bigger thing for me.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I want, and we talked about this beforehand, Carrie, is to educate women to read their labels.
Right.
Right. You don't need to come to me. Right. It's okay.
Right.
Because it's obviously not meant to be. It's the same thing as I had Grace at 42 and not in my 20s. Right?
Right.
We'll all end up on our same our journey as it's meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
But read your labels. There's what people don't realize. There's a lot of things that have a lot of extra stuff in it because they want to, fill the rest of the pill up. Like there's wood pulp in some pills.
Yes.
In the pills.
I've heard
that.
Yes. The last couple of times I'm like, so you think you're buying something to help yourself because you trust if I go into the pharmacy and I see the vitamins on the counter, like I just assume, and that's my fault, right? I just assume.
No, it's not your fault because I didn't know. Yeah. So, for an easy way for people to know this, if you've ever bought pre-shredded cheese.
Yes.
Okay. And it's got that white powder on it.
Yes.
It's a wood pulp. They do that so it doesn't clump together. And I talked to someone the other day and they're like, yeah, but I shred cheese and I keep it in my fridge for like a week and a half, and it's fine. It doesn't, and it's way better.
Yes.
That it doesn't melt nice. Like go melt real cheese that you've grated or that, and tell me which one's better. And tell me which one you feel better after you've eaten.
Oh my God.
Right? That's in some supplements. Okay. It's not in all of them. I've had people send me labels, and your listeners, send me your labels.
Yeah.
I'll look at them for you.
Yeah.
Right. And say, yeah, there is good products.
There's an app that my sister got me on. Now, what's it called?
There's a lot of them. There's EWG, there's something clean.
I'm going to just look on my phone to see what it is.
Yep.
Yucca.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think so.
You can scan product, like even skin, like cream.
Skincare. Right?
And it'll give you a number out of 100, I think, of how many not good things are in there or how.
Absolutely.
But I'm like, perfect, because I want easy.
I want easy.
Yeah.
And okay, as a cancer survivor, I don't want to put extra crap. I mean, like I said, I'm going to eat the bad food once in a while.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I need to put it in my body every day or on my skin.
Right.
I mean, even my makeup, I try and use cleaner makeup. Right?
Okay.
There's some good ones out there. There's some, and it's just a matter of knowing and educating yourselves.
Yes. So that's really what I think we wanted to make sure that we got across today was, you have a product that works for you and you've seen it work for a lot of women. And I would love people to check you out and check that out. If that's not for them, look at other alternatives. If you're feeling like you want some help in this area, you want to feel better. I just want to feel better. I want more energy. I want to reduce my cravings, and I want to be clearer. I feel like I've got a lot of brain fog still. And I think I sleep pretty well, which is interesting. But I'm also on hormone replacement for my progesterone and my estrogen since I'm postmenopausal, which has helped a lot with my joints. But the less I can take of things, I do. I've got high cholesterol. So if this is something that I can reduce my cholesterol numbers and go off the medication, I'd be thrilled with that. But like you say, there is a place for.
There's a place for both.
I'm very happy that I was, that I actually had my numbers tested and it was like, you need to go on this. Okay. I'm willing to do that. But now that it's under control, I want to see if there's something that I can do now to support that. And maybe I can do that more naturally.
Yeah. Right. Like if we, and it comes back to, is it a Band-Aid or is it healing? Right. Like,
right.
I mean, I'm on Sensory for the rest of my life. I'm fully aware of that.
Right.
Right. I don't have a thyroid.
Yeah.
I need something to work as a thyroid.
And thankfully, there's something out there for you for that.
Exactly.
Yes. But you can support your whole system.
But that wasn't fixing all my other issues.
Right.
That wasn't helping the periods. That wasn't helping the hot flashes. That wasn't helping, the gut issues.
Yeah.
I mean.
Okay. So I want to wrap this up so that people know where to find you. Mm-hmm. And I would also love, if we could just, what would be what would you say? Maybe your top 3 things for women if they're having some of these symptoms. Where do they start? Do they start by paying attention to the labels, or would a good thing be just do the questionnaire and see what some of those products are? Because then you can compare those products too.
Absolutely. Pay attention to your labels, because what people don't realize, I had someone said they just found out, and they weren't even, it was about a different product. And they said, I found out it had fillers in it. And so my body wasn't absorbing it because whatever the filler is, whether it be the wood pulp or the, whatever. Yeah. Okay. That's blocking your body from absorbing it. Right. Okay. Right. So first would be to clean out your medicine cabinets. It's January. We're all decluttering. I've done a couple drawers, right?
Yes.
Clean it out. And if I can take it from 10 down to 4, how would that feel?
Yes. Okay. Great. I love that. Yeah.
So go for that. Start with that.
Yeah.
Start looking at your labels. Perfect. The other thing, do the health assessment, right? Yeah. It's just, you don't even have to tell me you're doing it, right? You can even uncheck if you don't want me to see it.
Right. Okay. Okay.
If you just want to see it, right? Yeah. Link is in my bio on my Instagram, which is Living a Soul-Filled Life. And I think, Carrie, you're going to put it in the notes, right?
Yes, I'll put it in the notes. And it's SOLLE, right?
Yes, which is the product, right? Soul Naturals.
Yeah.
So, right? So do that, right? Reach out, do the assessment and see where you're at. Yeah. It's going to give you 10 options. And then I'll tell you what's the top 3 to 5 things you want to work on, right? Because nobody's going to start with 10. Your body would know what to do.
Yes, very true.
Right?
Very true.
So pause, don't panic. Because I've had people that say, but I really want to work on number 9.
Okay.
And that's okay. Because it's 10 things we can work on.
Right.
And Carrie, you saw the assessment. Like, for example, the Cinemate, it doesn't just work on the crash. I'm going to pull yours up here quickly. Yep. For example, the Cinemate is going to help with blood sugar and cravings, stamina, digestive, and immune system. That's one product.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
That's the one I'm trying.
Right? That's the one. Yeah. Right?
Yes. I love it.
Those are the things, simple, right? So really. Reach out to me, ask me questions. I am the most laid back salesperson as far as this goes, because I've actually said, I had someone say, oh, well, should I add these because it's my first order and I can, get 10 and I'm like, nope. And I'm like, no, because I want you to love it long term.
Right.
And if I shoot 10 things at you and then you're overwhelmed and you don't know where to start, and then your body's trying to figure out what it's doing,
you'll quit.
It's not good for anybody.
You'll
quit.
If it was me, I'd quit. If it gets too much and too overwhelming, I just stop altogether.
Absolutely. So I would have as well.
Yeah. Just try to start with one and see how.
Start with a couple things, right? Like figure out your top 3.
Yeah.
That's a great place to start.
That's incredible. And I love that you're living your passion. I love that you're helping so many people through this, and in such a way that it's not to sell the product. It's really to share the information and give people some hope that there's something they can do to feel better. So I appreciate that. I admire you for doing that and following your gut, if we want to say that, and sharing your story with us. So, Krista, I love it. You told people where they can reach you. I really encourage you to reach out and just educate yourself on some of these products.
Absolutely.
Or whatever products that you come across that you think could do something for you. And don't be shy to ask questions, ask for help, because there's many people out there that are doing what you're doing, passionate about helping people. So I appreciate that very, very much. And I'm thrilled to have you on here, and I'm sure that you're going to be on again, because I'm going to have a lot more questions once I start.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm an open book, right? Like I am an open book. Ask away. And there's no dumb question, because I think I felt like that, right? When I started, it's like, well, I can't ask that. Everybody must know that.
Right.
Nope, they don't.
I agree. There's some things that can be embarrassing to ask. It's like, it's not going anywhere.
Carrie, I went on a live on a podcast and talked about my period. Nothing's out. Like, right? Like nothing's out.
I know. I've talked about my IBS, and it's just like, why would you talk about that? I'm like, because people need to have these conversations.
They need to know that they're normal and they're real, and they're not alone.
Yeah.
Right. I think society has become very much me, and we're community. Let's find community again. Because
Yes.
that's my passion, is community.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And that's mine too. So I know why we came together. This was no coincidence.
It wasn't. Absolutely not.
So thank you for joining us. Thank you guys for listening, and reach out to Krista. And if somehow you can't get to Krista, get to me and I will get you to Krista. So we will make sure that you guys get the information that you need. So thanks for being here. Thank you, Krista. And we will talk to all of you very soon.
Thanks, Carrie, for having me.
Thank you.